Welcome.
Welcome to what, buddy? What is this? What are we doing? Welcome to Smoking the Snobby. God. All right.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
How's school going so far? Let's check in.
Oh, yeah. Well, my class has been doing pretty all right, I will say. One of my classes is going to end pretty soon. It's Basic Stagecraft Lab in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you told me a little bit about it the last time, and you've been using like power tools and set design and stuff, right?
Yeah, we've been using power tools. Yeah, we've been using like table saws. We've been using jigsaws. That's what we've been using. Yeah.
I know you've only taken this class a few times. Have you found a newfound appreciation for like practical effects and set design and stuff?
Yeah, I think it does, and just the overall technicality behind it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I see those like behind the scenes episodes, those Marvel movies and those big CGI things. Those sets are huge too, even if it's like a green screen.
Yeah, and a lot of it is on location.
It's so cool. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
good. What else is going on? Anything else? Anything new?
Nothing much.
Yeah, it's pretty steady. We just bought tickets to Halloween Horror Nights too. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited about that. I'm not excited about that, actually. That's a lie. I hate going, but I love my family. So we'll go to that. What are you looking forward to? What's the house you're looking forward to there?
I say it's the Friday the 13th one.
Have they ever done that before there?
They've done it a couple times. It's just the one I don't really know anything about. And I think the ones that we don't really know that much, I'm very much interested in.
Huh. That's weird that there's never been I don't remember one. And then I'm not interested. I'm a reflex puncher, so I don't like going to these houses. I do like the Mexican street corn that they sell in one of those corners there.
Yeah.
Funny enough, on our docket, we don't really have any horror movies.
No, we don't have any horror movies, but we are reviewing a comedy. We just watched, I think last Sunday was Private Benjamin for the first time. So we'll give our own experience, how we were introduced to the movie.
Yeah, the furthest from a horror movie.
The opposite of that.
The exact, yeah. Think of the worst horror movie and then think of Private Benjamin as the extreme opposite of it.
I guess the horror movie about that would just be going to the army, but
Yeah, the army can be scary if you're not prepared for it. She certainly wasn't. Before we get into it, who chose this movie? I think we both
chose it. Yeah. So I guess we'll give our reasons on why we chose it. The reason I chose it specifically is because it was written by Nancy Meyers, who's a writer I like generally. Like, I like Parent Trap. I like It's Complicated. Like, those movies are pretty fun, actually.
Oh, she wrote those movies?
She wrote those movies and directed those movies. But with this one, she just wrote Private Benjamin. She didn't direct it.
Oh, okay.
Nancy Meyers.
I've heard that name before. I just can't.
Yeah, because you've probably seen, like The Holiday, and you probably saw like the end credits where it showed her name.
Oh, she wrote The Holiday?
Yeah, with Jack Black.
I love that movie.
Maybe at some point we'll talk about
Kate Winslet's best performance.
Debatable, but
I don't know. I loved her. She was a treat.
But that's how I really knew about this movie. I didn't really know much about like the plot and everything. I went in pretty much blind for what to expect.
I remember seeing this movie. I just don't remember the details of it. I adore Goldie Hawn. She is the
Goldie Hawn?
Yeah, she is the
Kate Hudson.
She's the Kate Hudson of the 80s.
You told me this. I mean, it's true though, but
right. Her daughter looks just like her. And if you see this movie, there are moments where you're like, oh,
they also make very similar type of movies too.
Yeah.
Kate Hudson and her mom, they make pretty much similar movies, tonally speaking.
I don't know. I think this one is very different. I think this one's different.
It's definitely different.
From anything her daughter's done. Not anything she's done. Goldie Hawn's had a pretty diverse spectrum of roles, right? I mean, she
I guess
played.
for the most part, yeah. Even though I think she was very well known during like the 60s, 70s, and
Yeah, she was in Laugh-In. She was on TV shows.
yep, she was in Cactus Flower, which
Oh.
is the movie that got her an Oscar win, which people know Cactus Flower because it was the original Just Go With It with Adam Sandler.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was the original movie, and
So just go with it was a remake.
It is. It was a remake, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Goldie Hawn. I was excited to rewatch this movie. I walked in with zero expectations. I remember a rom-com, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it was definitely surprising. I thought it was going to be a rom-com, but I think for the first few minutes, it's surprisingly very depressing. As like a comedic effect, and it kind of felt jarring because in the beginning of the movie, Goldie Hawn has sex with Albert Brooks, and then he just dies from a heart attack. I was like, wait, what? Is this supposed to be funny? Like,
well, it was their wedding night.
It was their wedding night,
Right. And
yeah.
they were consummating their marriage. It's very eerie. Hear my son say the word sex. I can't even say it.
Well, I mean, it's true though. I mean,
I know it's true. I know it's true, and you're an adult, and you've heard that word before, but it's freaking me out, bro.
as freaky as Albert Brooks dying in a bathroom.
Yeah. So that's kind of how the movie starts, but it gives us a little bit of a background on who the character is, right?
Yeah, for the most part, I will say it doesn't really. That's not really an issue of the movie where it gives us like more insight of the character's life. It doesn't really.
It doesn't
do
need
it that much.
Why does it need to?
It's,
It doesn't need to.
No.
They give us a synopsis of who she is in the first 5 minutes because you can already tell, right? Her life goal was to be married. She was married before, and to be a housewife and to do all of the things that are expected of a woman from that era that I think culturally was different from today.
they do establish that this was her goal. This is her goal and what she wants to do in life in the first few minutes of the movie before they get to the wedding.
Yeah, you see it with her like mad at the upholsterer for having the wrong piping on an ottoman, and you're going, who cares? Who cares about this stuff?
I think probably my favorite moment with her character, honestly, is when she was like talking with Harry Dean Stanton,
I don't know who that is.
the guy that basically gets her to the army.
Oh, the recruiter.
Yeah, the recruiter.
So let's tell the viewers, kind of give them a synopsis of this movie, right? What do you think? Do you think this is a rom-com? Before we dive into like the next.
It's complicated to really say. It's not really a war movie. It's not. I guess you would say it. At the end of the day, it kind of is a rom-com, but it's like a dramedy, if you're asking me.
Yeah, it's a dramedy and kind of a coming of age.
I wouldn't say coming of age.
It is. She grows in this film. Oh, maybe I'm using the wrong word, but it's masked as a comedy. But you're right. I think it's a dramedy. You go into it thinking it's just going to be laughs, and laughs.
It's really not that.
It's not. It's somewhat sad. It's a portrait of what the world was like and what expectations were of women in a certain social class.
Yeah, I would probably say that. Yeah.
She's relatively wealthy.
Yeah, she is wealthy. We do know that.
Yeah, we know that. And they are a close-knit Jewish family.
Yes.
So the expectation
we do know that.
The expectation is for her to marry a Jewish man and to be a housewife and give grandbabies to.
And we know she was married twice.
And she was married twice. Right.
We do know that.
So with all that, you think it's going to be hunky-dory. You're thinking Father. I'm thinking, it's going to be as funny as Father of Bride, a lot of like slapstick antics happening. And it does happen. But what happens next is she gets on the radio and starts talking, rambling, and she's very depressed. She went away and hid away. Her husband just died. So she's rambling. And somehow,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but from that point on, she meets up with Harry Dean
Stanton,
Schmanton.
or the recruiter for the army.
He's an army recruiter and
Which
convinces
I think
her.
that's probably like my favorite scene in the movie. It's just when he's talking to her while she's, like getting emotional and crying about it. I think is like my favorite scene in the movie.
Which one? Which part?
The recruiter scene where he's talking with, Goldie Hawn, and then she gets overly emotional.
Oh, really? You like that? That was your
That
favorite
was
scene?
a great scene. I thought she conveyed grief very well.
I think yeah, but all I noticed is him pitching BS to her. Oh, you're going to have a condo on the beach and there's going to be boats and yachts. She's joining the army.
It's true. And I think
she's
what made it
believing
funny,
everything. And she's not in a position to make this decision, by the way. So
I will say tonally, it has a good balance between comedy and drama for the most part. It doesn't feel jarring in a way. Like with that recruiter scene, I think it was funny. And what made it funny is that the recruiter was like a nice guy. He was a really likable guy, Goldie Hawn.
well, yeah, he was pitching.
Yeah. And
He was setting up he was trying to get her to join the army.
and then when we get to the army scene, I'm like, it's okay. You know?
Oh yeah, when she goes to basic training, is completely flabbergasted. It didn't make me root for her. I didn't. She was whiny.
Oh no, I
The
sure
character
did not
was
like.
whining. Yeah.
It just felt so jarring to me in terms of her personality because she acted nothing like this.
Well, she acted like she was in a hotel. Like she's literally a fish out of water, right?
Yeah.
She's not. She doesn't have any idea what she's about to get into, and she was promised things that are not happening.
I will say it was weird for me because she never really acted that way in the first few minutes. Like, yeah, she was emotional, but she never really felt whiny or like much of an unlikable character.
Well, I mean,
to me.
she walked out of that bus acting like she was she was at Club Med.
Yeah, true. Like the moment she goes to the army, that's kind of where I started to not really like her that much as a character, in my opinion, and it
Right.
just felt weird to me.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, we we gotta mention the best character in the movie, the Sergeant Driller, the female.
The drill sergeant.
That was a great character, and I love the way she was introduced in that movie. She was so funny and incredibly sarcastic,
Yeah,
and that's what made it funny.
She did great. She was nominated for something for that? Right?
Yeah, she was nominated for this movie. She got an Oscar nomination for this movie, which for a dramedy, it's rare that happens. There are some choices for the character I don't personally love. I think when it came down to like the Craig T. Nelson character,
I remember him being in the movie longer, and I kind of remembered. I thought he was her love interest.
they barely had any chemistry, and I wish there were certain things.
What's that actor's name?
Craig T. Nelson.
That's his name. I kept calling him Coach. From the TV show.
He does play Coach.
Yeah, I don't remember his character's name. I just remember him. He was one of the creepy drill sergeants.
Yeah,
He was like sleeping around with all the women.
It was. I will say,
very 80s.
it definitely felt very 80s. I think in terms of plot, I mean, it definitely felt very 80s because it reminded me of Stripes and Police Academy. But I think around the third act, after Benjamin leaves the military, it kind of becomes like a rom-com.
I don't know. I think it got more dramatic after that. I thought it was a comedy up until that last act. You said your favorite scene was the recruiter scene?
Yeah.
Really? You know what my favorite scene was?
What was
and
it?
this is maybe the goal was for us to be like, oh my God, just let her go home. This is crazy. She's whining too much. It's too much. And maybe their intent was this scene for us to turn around and love her. When her parents came to pick her up, and that was her out. Just 2 seconds ago, she was walking in a circle crying, and everybody's flipping out on her. Everybody hates her because...
I mean, I don't blame them because she's kind of unlikable. She's whiny.
But that scene, her father belittles her, and he puts her down, and he says all these horrible things to her, and she decides, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it. I'm not going back. See you later. That to me was like, okay, this is it. She's now realizing that she no longer wants to be that person the world sees her as, especially her parents.
It just felt rushed to me in terms of her arc for me. Like she just quickly like instantly becomes a different person when she was reminded, oh, I don't have to be an idiot. I want to remind my parents I don't want to be an idiot.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes is for somebody to call you that, for you to snap out of it. That's all it takes sometimes. And especially somebody you respect. Yeah, I think in real life, maybe it doesn't happen so quickly, but listen, if they dwelled on that, they'd add another hour to this stupid movie and we'd be stuck trying to figure it out. So thank God they didn't spend a lot of time on it.
Me, I think it's one of those movies that honestly could have benefited just being a little longer because I think what my problem is with the army scene is that I wish Benjamin would interact with the characters a lot more. We never really see much conversations with them until like they go to that swamp area.
You know where this is headed. Absolutely not. No more time. We don't need it. How long was this thing the first time?
I think it was like an hour.
I think it was almost 2 hours, which is long for the 80s.
I mean,
it's like an hour and 49 minutes.
Most movies at the 80s were starting to become around like 2 hours.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Well, 2 hours is plenty.
Yeah.
I don't need anything more. I know you'd like I know you like character development in the movie a little bit more.
Yes, and it's one of those movies that definitely would have benefited with a little bit of that instead of just, instantly resolved and just their arcs feeling rushed like that.
Perfect to me. Everything you just said, instantly rushed, getting to the point, moving to the next scene. Perfect. Perfect,
I have no problem
perfect.
with that. It's just, I think with this kind of movie, again, it would have benefited if her arc didn't felt rushed and it didn't felt jarring. And I wish they would have.
I understood all the words you said altogether, but you're talking a different language. I don't think she's the main character. It's her evolution. Everybody else is I hate to say it, is a prop in her movie, except the drill sergeant. She
does come back later on.
Right. But is she the antagonist in this movie?
There's really no antagonist in the movie because I think it feels wrong if we just say, oh, there's a protagonist and an antagonist. This isn't like a story about like morality.
Do you think Goldie Hawn is her own antagonist?
No.
Yeah, that's deep.
I wouldn't say that, no.
Yeah.
None of the movie ever like implied or...
Hear me out. Let me finish my thought.
I'm not going to let you finish that thought.
Judy, Goldie Hawn's character, is her own worst enemy, and she defeats the enemy within.
You mean her internal struggles?
Yes, art.
Yes, every character goes through an internal, like, struggle.
Oh, so I didn't have anything. That wasn't profound what I just said? Yeah. I thought I invented something.
I will say that's probably the most pretentious thing you probably would have ever said, and that's shocking. I should be the most pretentious person here.
I thought I discovered some sort of cinematic like secret that no one's ever discovered before, and here you are telling me, no, that's literally every character, every movie,
every character. Well, no, not always.
No, now listen. I just thought of John Wick when you said that. I'm like, wait, that's an internal struggle too, because he's trying to be a better person, but he can't because I don't know.
The thing is about John Wick, though, is that I can't believe we're talking about this.
We don't have to.
No,
we don't have to.
No,
we don't have to dive deep into John Wick.
We're way out of topic here.
No, it's fine. We got somewhere to be?
Yes, it's called Talk About Private Benjamin.
We don't have to. We got nowhere to be. You got online school tomorrow. We'll be fine. We can do what I hate the most and meander.
All right, so
okay, we get into like she's become like the super soldier, right? She goes in to become, what was the thing? She's going to jump out of a plane, Boswell's Brigade or something. What was it called? I forgot what it's called. We're going to call it Boswell's Brigade. I don't know what it was called, but she joins this like elite.
Yeah, she does, and she felt like she was facing harassment.
Well, I mean, she thought she was worthy of it. Her merits brought her to that, which maybe it did, but they cheapened it by making the colonel or whoever. The colonel seemed like a nice guy. He took her under his wing. She met the wife and all of that, and then horrible things happen
with her
to her.
When they were that airplane, when they were in that plane scene,
right.
He was like,
let's not give it away because maybe somebody hasn't seen it yet.
It's true. Let's not.
Maybe somebody in the last 75,000 years hasn't seen Private Benjamin. Actually, I think some of our friends have never seen it.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, none of your friends have seen it.
Yeah, none of my friends.
Your friends have never seen it. A lot of my friends haven't seen it. We got to call like Uncle Obes or something and Uncle John and see what they have to say about it. I know I'm a Creek or saw because we watched it together, but he probably doesn't remember it. Another horrible instance of harassment, sexism, misogyny, all of that stuff. And you don't see this in movies of that time. You see all the things I just said.
Yeah.
But you don't see a lot of times it making the woman stronger and defeating that, right? And she does it. Good for her.
Yeah.
She was going to go where? She was going to be stationed in Greenland or something. He was going to
I think it was supposed to be Greenland, yeah.
Yeah, because he did all this.
Actually, no, it was France.
No, that's not originally where she was going to go. Remember, he was going to send her somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because he's like, you can't be in Boswell's Brigade after what just happened. As if it's her fault. As if she was the one that came on to him. And remember, she goes, no, I think I get to decide where to go. I think it was like Greenland or Philippines or something like that. She ends up in France. She goes to France for a reason. Because somewhere in the movie, she meets Armand Assante, who I love, man. I love Armand Assante.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know know what to think of him. I like how elegant he talks, and he's very...
Oh yeah, he checks all the right boxes, right?
And he has pretty good chemistry with Goldie Hawn too. There's some great moments with her and Benjamin.
Oh,
I think at first it just again, I didn't like how much they like instantly fall in love with each other, but I do think they have a good chemistry, and it actually feels natural until...
Yeah, they have to move it along. But see, they didn't have any, what do they call them? Montage? Yeah, sometimes to speed up.
Yeah, just montage.
They'll have like a montage where they're frolicking in the thing. They'll have a picnic. They'll go to the beach. What do they call them? Cutscenes of them frolicking around and jumping around. They didn't do that with these guys. They kind of did it.
They did a little bit. They kind of had a bit of a montage.
They kind of did it.
He kept looking at his ex-wife though.
Yeah, they fall in love. He's French, and
very important.
It was actually they filmed in France, right? She went to.
I'm sure they did.
It looked like it.
It definitely looked like they did.
It looked like France. We went there on vacation last year. Mm-hmm. Some of the places she went looked recognizable, so that's pretty cool.
I mean, obviously, the Eiffel Tower.
Well, of course, yeah, that stuff too. Yeah,
the big touristy place,
big touristy spots. But yeah, that's cool that they filmed. I mean, I guess back then you can't recreate Paris in Hollywood.
No.
Gotta go to Paris. To me, that last part of the movie was a little heartbreaking because you want to see her
get married, but
well, I mean, it's kind of what she wanted to do. They gave her an option: marry this guy or leave the army. They threw in remember. I thought this was funny. They threw in, it's the 80s, man. They threw in the little communist
thing yeah, especially when it was during the Cold War.
Right, during the Cold War. They're like, oh, your husband, he's a communist. What are you going to do? You know, you can't marry him. So she left the army for a man.
Oh, yeah.
So she reverted back to the Judy that wanted to be married and have that quintessential life that, people expected of her and she wanted before she joined the army. And then it all goes to...
Yeah, and then, history repeats itself where she wants a wedding with this guy.
She wants a wedding. She's now arguing again about tapestries. God knows what. It starts becoming annoying again. She starts becoming the person we disliked. And I'm starting to realize, I think that's on purpose, man. I think that's what they wanted us to feel and do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we weren't fans of her in the beginning. We laughed in the middle because that's really where the comedy happened.
Yeah.
And her relationship with her parents, I thought with the dad is funny. But
yeah, it's kind of funny, yeah.
And then you love her and how about this? I start to respect her. And then now I'm losing respect again. I'm like, don't. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, and then this comes to the ending where, she doesn't marry him and realizes that this is not a good person.
Oh, yeah. He was a jerk, too.
He was very manipulative.
I don't think Albert Brooks was a jerk. It just wasn't enough time to figure out what he died.
No, he wasn't.
So I think maybe her husband that died on the night of their wedding could have been great. We just will never know because he's dead.
And then
But every other guy has been a jerk.
Yeah. And that leads into the ending of the movie, which I think when I first watched it, it felt weird to me and it felt very abrupt to me when I first watched it. Like, I didn't know what to say, but the more we thought about it and the more we talked about it, it started to make a lot more sense because, it is a very much a female empowerment story at the end of the day.
I thought so. Did you think it was a happy ending?
I think it felt satisfying in a way, in my opinion, because, they do develop, and that kind of comes to me being conflicted on it because I wish they would develop it a little bit more on the female empowerment story. Because, they do set that up with, the guy harassing a woman and then showing that a woman should not be treated that way.
You know what? Do you think if this movie was made today, it would be a franchise movie?
No.
I think so. Because that's the way you're talking. The way you're talking is I want more. I want to know what happens to Judy and I want to know more about Judy. And it sounds like you would have liked a part 2 to this movie.
No,
you
not necessarily. I just wish this movie would felt longer to me.
I don't know. I still don't know how to respond every time you say that. It drives me insane.
But
sometimes movies just gotta end, bro.
Even though I've never mentioned anything about it, but this is one of those one of those movies that definitely should have been benefited.
We're like 15 minutes more. Okay, I'll take if it's 15 minutes more, fine. But if you're asking for another 45 minutes,
probably 15 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
It's a good compromise.
Yeah, probably.
It's a good compromise. What were your final thoughts on it? I thought it was a happy ending, by the way, because I was rooting for her to become strong, independent, kick-ass soldier.
I wouldn't say necessarily kick-ass soldier, but yeah.
I think there is a part 2 to this movie. It's called G.I. Jane. Demi Moore plays Judy, Private Benjamin.
Oh, no, that movie is very different, though.
Oh, I know.
It's very different.
But overall thoughts on this movie, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. I was very much...
Were you going into it expecting it to be bad?
No, honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it would be pretty decent and not much more, and that's kind of what I got.
Okay.
I don't know. When I first watched it, I thought it was around like a 6 or like a 7 out of 10 for me. But I think at the end of the day, I think I'll probably give it like a 7.
Wow. I walked into it thinking it was going to be a comedy.
I mean, it does have...
Because that's what I remember it being, you know?
Yeah, as an adult.
At watching it now, it to me was way different. I found it funny, like I found Snatch funny.
Yeah.
But there was elements to it where I'm like, oh, this is a powerful message. This is I don't need you. I can make choices for myself and I can take care of myself. And I'm a strong, independent woman. And looking back at it in a modern lens, in the 80s, I never noticed any of that stuff. Right. But looking back on it in a modern lens, it's a terribly feminist movie.
Oh, it is. It's definitely a feminist movie for sure.
It was very impressive.
When it came to its themes and its ending, it definitely felt that way for sure. And I think it worked for me. It felt abrupt to me when I first watched it, and I had to really think about its themes and its ideas when I watched it. But I think the more thought about it, it made a lot more sense. You know, I think scenes that really do show that again is like the general scene where he's like harassing her in the airplane, and it shows that unfortunately women are undervalued and are just viewed as objects.
In those genres and in some of those times it's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But this wasn't that. She was a strong woman. I was pleasantly surprised by those kind of other things they were touching on. What was probably comedic relief in the 80s in today's modern lens is gross and disgusting and not funny.
But I think with this, I think it aged pretty well because it wasn't really portraying it as like...
No, I think
like a comedic thing, because if it was, that would
here's
be
the thing,
bad.
Right? When I looked at some of the reviews, it was portrayed as a comedy. So Roger Ebert and Siskel and those guys back in those days, you know, they'd get on the TV and they talk about it, kind of how we're talking about it. Yep. Well, they're not spoiling it as much as we are. They talk about the movie, and they talked about it as if it was a comedy, right? It was way more than that.
It definitely had a lot more nuance to it than just, you know, a rom-com. Here's
what Gene Siskel said.
Okay, what did he say?
He said he viewed it as a good old-fashioned commercial comedy with a gentle message. I don't think this was an old-fashioned commercial comedy.
No.
I think maybe that's what it was marketed as, but it was deeper than that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has a message for sure. I mean, he got that right. I think they dealt with the subject actually not too bad, and it does a good job, again, just balancing tone.
Yeah, I think so too. So you gave it a 7, right?
7. What would you give it?
I don't think the Smokey scale applies to this movie. I mean, on the Smokey scale, it's 0. But
what?
Well, not because the Smokey scale is a very different thing.
I thought that was your rating system.
It is my rating system, but I'm now starting to realize for certain genres, it's there. Was there action? No.
Yeah, but that doesn't...
Did something blow up?
No. It's not that kind of movie.
The movie... Well, okay. Based purely on the fact that it was under 2 hours, I'll give it 6 Smokies.
Action has nothing to do with the quality of a movie.
I can't divulge my algorithm for Smokies. I'm sorry. It's complex and it's a vibe, and I can't... it changes constantly. That's why I can't write down the method.
Well, imagine we do Schindler's List. How would you rate that movie when it comes to smoke?
Yeah, that'd probably get 0 Smokies too. Because that's like 6 hours long, isn't it?
3 hours.
3 hours long. Well, I guess given the subject matter, it's okay. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think it's. I don't think the Smokey scale applies to certain movies. It doesn't apply to this one. That's for sure. And then, but I liked the movie. I enjoyed it, and I had fun watching it with you. Except
we
for
had a good time.
Except for the scenes that were a little bit too,
Yeah.
like it was awkward.
At some points, it definitely was awkward.
Definitely don't
And
watch
that's
it with
the
your
point.
kids. Definitely don't watch it with your kids, and it gets probably worse with your adult children. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Which character did you like the most outside of like Goldie Hawn, of course, because she's the spotlight.
I say the sergeant.
You like the drill sergeant?
I really liked the drill sergeant. I thought she was a funny character.
I liked her too. She reminded me a lot of the guy from Police Academy.
From Police Academy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought she was much better written.
Mahoney,
As a character,
move it.
As a character, I will say just one last complaint where her character definitely felt interesting when she got drunk and she was like,
Who got drunk?
The sergeant after they like.
Oh, and she showered and then she got blue on her face.
I wish they would have developed that a little bit more because I think after that it doesn't really go anywhere or anything like dramatic with that character.
Okay, compromise. That 15 minutes extra you wanted, I would have wanted it to see her backstory and not Goldie Hawn's.
But I like that she doesn't like yell at all. When she like talks to Goldie Hawn, you think she would yell.
Yeah, she smiles. And,
But she's just smiling and she's sarcastic about it, and it's awesome. It's funny. It's really funny.
Goldie Hawn falls for it. Yeah, so that was your. Honestly, I liked the dad. I thought he was kind of funny.
Well, mainly because of the idiot scene when she calls her daughter.
Right. And that like
idiot.
He hands her money and they're all excited. It's her wedding night and he just kind of like sits down and starts watching baseball or something. And he's like, "Oh, can you just turn that up?" And she leaves. She's like, "Leave." She's like, "Dad, you don't want to come?" He's like, "Nah, I'm good." It's like I can't be bothered by your wedding night. The game is on. I thought the dad was funny. The mom was funny too, but the dad stood out. It made me laugh. I guess watch this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
But not with your children.
It's definitely a good movie, and I think if you really like Nancy Meyers a lot, definitely recommend this movie. Even though it's a little different compared to her other films, it reminds you a little bit of her films in terms of like the rom-com elements, and that's it.
Okay. Well, you heard it from here. Nancy Meyer fans, watch this movie. I guess anybody who knows Nancy Meyer already has probably seen this movie.
Probably.
But anybody who hasn't and likes these kinds of rom-com, drama, fish out of water movies, I say watch it, right?
Yeah, I would say so. It's a good movie.
I say don't skip out on it. You'll enjoy it. It gets a little boring here and there, but that's okay. Most movies do, you know? So, all right, buddy. What's the plan next? What are we doing next?
Well, we're maybe going to talk about the Equalizer movies. I don't know.
Who?
Equalizer.
Which one's that one?
It's the one with Denzel Washington. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't
This
think
movie
so.
does remind me a lot like that, but
I do like Denzel.
You'll
so
see.
I'm looking forward. to anything with Denzel in it. We just watched that other one. What was it called? The Spike Lee joint.
Highest and Lowest.
Highest to Lows. That was a great movie, right?
That was pretty good.
That was good. We don't review kind of new releases because if you can tell, we spoil the heck out of movies. We talk about it.
Yeah.
So for our millions and millions of viewers out there, please enjoy. And spoiler alert, we should have said that at the beginning, not at the end. Take it away, Auden.
Bye.
Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you soon.